Hey y'all, welcome to the Filling Station. It's a new day, another opportunity to either make money in the market or to just learn from the market. But first, let me give my disclaimer, y'all. I am not a financial advisor. I just enjoy teaching people how to build generational wealth. And yes, the stock market is just one of those avenues. So this video is for educational purposes only. If you could please like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that. Because y'all, we learn and we grow together. With that being said, let's get started. So we are looking at Meta today. We closed at 582.36, and as you can see, y'all, we came up to this 250 EMA, got rejected, came back down. Our support at this time is at the 583.97, which is where our 5 EMA is. So we definitely need to watch that 583.97 area. So let's go back to the upside. If by chance we break back above the 584.63, we could very well come back to retest the 585.81. Again, that 50 EMA breaking that level. We have 586.28, and if we should break that 586.68, breaking that level brings us back to the 587.05. So there's a lot of kind of like resistance in this area. So if I'm trading Meta today, I will set my alert above the 587.05, because if we should break that, just keep in mind we could very well retest the 589.08. Breaking that, we can come back to 590.16, again 590.81, 592, and the 592.98. Now back to the downside under this 583.97. We have support at 582.95, breaking that 582.22. And if we should break that 581.53, and if breaking the 581.53 brings us back to this 580.50, and I call that like a zone because we were trading in this area here. So definitely need to watch it under the 580.55, make sure 580, yes, 580.50. If we should break that level, 578.86, and if we break that level for Meta, 577.64, and if we should break that 576.23, again, I look at support and resistance on a much smaller scale, because when I'm in the trade, I kind of want to know where my possible trouble places are. And y'all know I say so often, in this market, anything is possible, nothing is guaranteed. Keep in mind, we do have FOMC today, so that rate decision will go out, I believe, around 2 o'clock, and then we have the minutes, the talking time around 2:30. So expect the market to be a little up and down. So we kind of know that, right? So we're now looking at AMD. We closed at 103.51. It looks as if we were trading kind of like in a zone. Y'all see, we've been at this place. Support was around 104.08. It is now our resistance. Keep in mind, this candle has not closed, so I would definitely watch that 104.08 area, breaking that back to the upside, 104.40. If we should break that level, just know we could possibly have trouble again, 104.53, and breaking that 104.75. Not far from that, I have 104.85. So that 104.75, 104.85 could be an area we definitely need to watch for AMD. Again, not financial advice. Breaking that brings us back to 105.24. If we break that 105.24 for AMD, we could come back, let's say, around the 105.77, breaking that level, 106.51. So those are your resistance areas as of now. Y'all know I say anything can change, right? So back to the downside under this 50 EMA around the 103.87 area. Let's say if we break that, we could possibly find support 103.68. Breaking that brings us back to this zone here around the 103.22 area. And if we should break that, we could very well come back to the 102.80, and if we lose support at that area, we have the 102.26, but you see this 200 EMA is kind of like in between that. So I would watch the 102.45 area, then the 102.26, which is not far away, and breaking that level, we could very well come back to $100.86. So if you're trading AMD today, these are areas to the upside and to the downside. Now let's look at the SPY just to see where we are. And it seems as, yes, okay, we closed at 561.02. And as you can see, y'all, we've been trading in this little gathering spot here. I'm going to try to see if I can make those a little bit bigger for us. There we are. We've been trading kind of like in this little gathering spot, as I like to say, right? So where are the trouble places? Back to the upside, we would kind of need to break above 562.56, breaking that level, 562.75, 562.91, which is not far from our ATR trail, and stop at 562.98. Y'all know, in my opinion, that's strong support, or in this case, strong resistance. So if we break that 562.98, we could very well come back to 563.20. Have a little trouble there. 563, let's say 563.50, and if we should break that area, we could very well come back and retest 564.07, and again at 564.21, breaking that 564.21, 564.40, and breaking that level 564.83. Those are your resistance areas for the SPY as of right now. If by chance we break under 562.06, there's a few layers of support here, so I'm going to say under 561.82. So breaking the 562.06, we can come back to 561.82 and find support, or the 561.68, very close, right? So breaking that level, we can come back to the 561.39, and if we should break that area, 561.01, and if we break the 561.01, 560.71 could be a support place. And as you can see, we were hanging out here for a while, so we definitely need to watch the SPY under that 560.70 area. If we break that, we could very well, let's say, come back to this area around the 560.08, and if we break the 560.08, we can retest the 599.84. So if you're trading this SPY today, I would say trade carefully. Keep in mind, we definitely have some information that can move the market in either direction, right? So we are now looking at Tesla. And I say so often, y'all, Tesla does what it does, right? So we close at 225.31. We are up on some news. I think it got some upgrades, or, it's a lot going on with Tesla. So we just have to trade what we see. So as of now, we have pre-market. We have broke through this level, and 234.96 is the high, but as you can see, sellers were there and it brought us back at this place here of 233.68. So I need to mark this 233.68 for Tesla, because if by chance we break back above that, that means we've broken through a area from pre-market that I need to watch. Now back to the downside, let's say as of now, this area of 231.15 and let's say 233.68 is our zone that we're trading in. Now back to the upside, breaking above that 233.73, we could very well have trouble around 234.57, again 235.87. Breaking that level can bring us back to the 200 EMA at the 238.27 area. Now if we should break that, 238.27 is within reach for Tesla. 238.27, breaking that, we could possibly have trouble. 239.49, again at 240.72, 241.85. Those are areas to the upside for Tesla, and y'all know Tesla normally exceeds its ATR, so we could very well get to that level, considering, right? Now if by chance we lose support under this 231.15, we could very well come back to around the 230 area, breaking that for Tesla 229.07. And if we should break that level, 228.10, breaking that brings us back to the 227.41. And if we should lose that area, 226.13, breaking that 225.21. And if we should break that, 224.57. And as you can see, we were here before, so we definitely need to watch that. Now if we break this 224.57, we could very well come back to 222.98. so if you're trading Tesla today, these are areas to the upside and to the downside. And keep in mind, y'all, anything is possible in this market. I say trade what you see, right? So let's see, we do have an inside day candle for today, which is WFC with Wells Fargo, and we've already reached the target and exceeded that. So the trigger to the upside was above 71.46, and the target was 71.62. And as you can see, 71.90 has been, our pre-market high as of now. Now, can we go back to the downside? Absolutely, back to the downside under $70.29. We have a downside target of $70.04 for WFC, which is Wells Fargo. And let's see how much Wells Fargo normally moves per day. $2.68. Keep in mind that could be in either direction. So Walmart is next on our list as an inside day candle. Now Walmart normally moves about $2.66 per day. Keep in mind, if by chance we break above $87.71, we have an upside target of $88.05. Now, to the downside for Walmart under 85 54. We have a downside target here up 84.85, and y'all know I say anything is possible. So if you're trading any of these today, I hope that mark your levels, and once it goes against your Y, get out. I say so often, live to trade another day. So make sure you have the discipline to execute your plans. So I'm going to go look at Netflix. I really like to look at Netflix. Right now we're just kind of like trading in a zone, and our support area, the zone that I see that we're trading is around the 929.71. Resistance, we could say, is possibly around the 935.51. Now if we should break that area, we can come back and retest the 938.34 and breaking that 940.06, and if we should break that, we can come back to around the 945.55 area. Breaking that 945.55, we can come back and retest 951.90. Now if by chance we break under this level here of, let's say, around the 928 area, we could very well come back to the 926.43, which is our 200 EMA as of now. But we also have the ATR trailing stop under that around the 924.33 and a previous level of 923.97. So we definitely need to watch that 924.33, 923.97 area for Netflix. Breaking that, we can very well come back and retest this 915.12. And my reason for looking at Netflix is I wanted to point out that Netflix normally moves about $39.86 per day, so it is kind of like a big mover. So if you're trading Netflix today, those are areas to the upside and to the downside. Again, not financial advice, y'all. I hope that everyone have a very profitable and a very, very productive day. If you could, please like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that, because we learn and we grow together. And keep in mind, we will have information coming out about 2 o'clock and necessarily about 2:30. So definitely watch the market around that time. If you're in your trades, make sure you set your stop losses, or whatever it is that you choose to use. Make sure you have the discipline to execute your plan. I say that so often, y'all. So with that being said, y'all be blessed as well as a blessing unto others.